Flying types are known for descent to great speed and a variety of secondary types. But who are the best non-legendary flying Pokemon in the Sinnoh region? Before that, I lay down the criteria for being in the rankings. The important criteria is power or ability to win battles, then the usefulness of the Pokemon in playthroughs, Nuzlocke, or challenges in Sinnoh. Second, moveset and bias. Well, at least 10% of bias. I promise I gonna do my best not to be biased and my rankings will be based on evidence. Lastly, the Pokemon should be found in official Sinnoh decks. Remember, this is just an opinion of mine, not a definitive rankings. So without further ado, let's get into it. The candidates in top 5 are Honchkrow, Crobat, and Altaria. Altaria's stats focus on defense while the other two in offense. Safe to say that Crobat and Honchkrow is better than Altaria. Don't get me wrong. Altaria is a great Pokemon to have in a team that need defense, and this Cloud Pokemon is a great defensive dragon with the exception against Ice and Fairy Pokemon. Then Honchkrow had a better offensive stats than Crobat, but the bat is faster than the crow. Next, the typing. In BDSP, Fairy types are available unlike in Gen 4, so Crobat is better in that regard. This makes Poison Fang viable. Furthermore, Honchkrow is a dark type, so psychic moves don't affect the crow. Unlike Crobat, one psychic from Alakazam and Crobat will lose. Lastly, the accessibility. We can get a Zubat before the first gym. So, in conclusion, Crobat is much better than Altaria and Honchkrow. Next is Togekiss. I put this defensive fairy in the fourth spot because Togekiss is literally a tank. To be honest, I wanted to put Crobat in here because I love Crobat. The design is very good and very cool. If Game Freak create another bat Pokemon, Crobat should be the standard. I need to put my bias aside, so I put Togekiss in top 4. The Fairy type in BDSP is great. Special, offensive, and defensive stats are impeccable. Speed sucks, but it solved the speed problem by its moveset and defense. The other reason this Pokemon is much better than Crobat in my opinion is the late game. Togekiss are a great Pokemon to have in late game, especially in the Elite 4, while the Crobat line is good in early game to mid game only. The problem with this Pokemon is accessibility. Yeah, you can get the egg before the 3rd gym, but need to get first into the 6th gym to get Shiny Stone to make Togetic evolve into a Togekiss. Speaking of accessibility, the top 3 is Staraptor. You can get this Pokemon so early, so most Pokemon fans that started a Sinnoh playthrough had this Pokemon. Brave Bird, Fly, and Close Combat make this Pokemon great. To add to that, this bird got an Intimidate ability that make your opponent attack lower, and Staraptor got a 120 base attack and a 100 base speed. So, even the defense is not great, it doesn't matter because the opponent's Pokemon is already dead. The reasons that I stated earlier make this Pokemon top 3 and better than Crobat and Togekiss. Next, Gyarados. I think diehard and casual fans know why this Pokemon is strong. Very strong. First, typing. It's a water flying Pokemon. Yeah, it doesn't had much going on in the flying department in Gen 9, but in earlier gens, it knew a flying move, Bounce. Then its water type carried the most, because in my opinion, water moves is one of the strongest moveset in Pokemon, as long as we not use it against grass and dragon, obviously. What I mean is, a water physical attacker can learn waterfall and a special attacker can just use surf. Earlier, I said that water moves cannot touch grass and dragon Pokemons. But with the moves like Ice Fang, Gyarados is basically unstoppable. If Gyarados face a faster electric type because Gyarados has only 81 base speed, well, just set up using Dragon Dance. And the most underrated power of Gyarados is the special defense. It can at least tank one special electric move and just use Dragon Dance to be faster than the opposing Pokemon. Furthermore, Gyarados has Intimidate like Staraptor, so this Pokemon can intimidate and sweep a battle. This is why Gyarados a solid top 2. Finally, the best flying type Pokemon in Sinnoh is Gliscor. This Pokemon is the polar opposite of Gyarados in terms of defense. Gliscor is good in physical defense, while Gyarados in special defense. Ice move is 4 times super effective against Gliscor because of its ground flying type, but Gyarados is neutral because of its water typing. Not only that, electric moves don't affect Gliscor because of the ground typing, while Gyarados has 4 times weakness against the same type. Gliscor had lesser attack and decent speed though, but it compensates by having the move Sword Dance. It doesn't know Dragon Dance that boosts attack and speed at the same time. So, how about the speed boost? Well, you can teach Gliscor Rock Polish, a move that greatly boosts the speed. In terms of accessibility, you can get the Pokemon before the 4th gym. Get a Gligar and a Razor Fang to evolve it at night to Gliscor. Sadly, this is only for Platinum, unlike in the Diamond and Pearl and BDSP. So, in Platinum, you can make the Pokemon unstoppable by getting the Earthquake in Wayward Cave and then go to Whalestone Game Corner and purchase the TM Sword Dance before the 4th gym. The reason Gliscor stands above all the rest is the ability to withstand electricity, unlike other flying Pokemons. Thank you for watching. What would you change in my top 5? Comment down below and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you want more. Thank you for watching. See you in the next.